are reporting accounts of the dead returning to life.
When I first came up with these creatures, again, I needed a phenomenon that would really sort of change the world. Most of the stories, not most, all of the stories in my zombie films have nothing to do with the zombies. The zombies might be a hurricane, it might be a terrorist flying into a building, it might be anything. There's a disaster out there. The storylines in my films all have to do with people and how they fail to appreciate the intensity of the problem, how they approach it stupidly or selfishly, and how they fail instead of trying to actually find a solution to it. They keep trying to maintain life as they knew it, as it always has been. Diary of the Dead is my 5th zombie film. It doesn't follow the chronological storyline of the first 4. I needed to go back to the first night when the dead first started coming back to life. Because I wanted to do a story about this new media explosion that we're experiencing. And I had this idea to do it with characters who were film students and had a camera and were doing a student project at the time. And when the shit hit the fan, they just started to shoot what was happening around them for the first 3 days of the phenomenon. Hi, I'm George Romero. I'm in Toronto, Canada right now. By the time you see this, I'll probably be freezing my butt off in Park City. So I'm coming to Sundance with my new film, Diary of the Dead, which is going to be showing there as part of the midnight section. I think at the core of Diary of the Dead is how these characters get completely captured by the idea of becoming news people or becoming documentarians. And, that seems to be what's happening in the world now. I mean, presidential debates, the questions are being asked by people that send in things on MySpace or YouTube or whatever. And I guess when I was working on the script for Diary of the Dead, I was hoping that it would cross the lines and reach younger people, because thematically it has references to what is now filling their lives. The spark for Diary of the Dead came long before. When we basically made the budgetary choice, we probably could have pitched it around and gotten 5, 6, 7 million to make it. We chose to do it on 2.5, because we wanted to be left alone. Getting together with a bunch of buddies and saying, okay, are you willing to work for this amount of money? Where can we tighten the screws? How inexpensively can we do this? And that was a shot in the arm. I mean, that was really great, having a bunch of people come together knowing that we were limiting ourselves in order to buy the freedoms that we wanted. And that part of it was great. I mean, that's something that I haven't experienced since the way early days. I don't know what the late night scene is at Sundance. As far as Diary of the Dead being a midnight film, to me, in a way, is very fitting. I mean, Night of the Living Dead played midnights, it was sort of it in Rocky Horror. You pick your poison, dress up like the characters, go recite the dialogue while the film played. It was also screened at midnight in Toronto, and I find it very fitting. And, it's perfectly fine with me. I don't think it's, a bad slot or anything like that. It's sort of where I live,